It is fair to say that every year around this time, we are always told, get your flu shot. Make sure you get your flu shot. Did you get your flu shot? Have you had your flu shot yet? By the way, did you get your flu shot? Yes, I know. Members of the family, whomever it is, are always coming up and saying, did you get your flu shot? We get tired of it. Go ahead, get in line behind those of us who have not had one this year. And then again, there were those, and you can already tell the guys who are looking at me going, really? You haven't gotten one yet? This always comes down to the fact that we now hear that perhaps a flu shot is not nearly as effective as we first thought. Let us go ahead and welcome in the guy who just gave me the look, as a matter of fact. Newsmax Deputy Health Editor Tate joins us right here in studio. I said that I had not gotten my flu shot yet. It was like a snap of the neck. You went, really? I mean, no, I have not. And I will be honest, I haven't gotten a flu shot in years. I cannot remember the last time I got one.
Well, in fact, the latest news out of CDC indicates that you may not be in too bad shape this year.
Thank you. Okay, I always knew that I was right.
Now, let me be clear. There's still from the recommendation from doctors and CDC that you should get a flu shot. That's the best thing you can do to prevent getting the flu. But the strains that are circulating this year, one strain in particular, that's made up about half of the flu virus that they're now seeing out there in the first couple months of flu season, October, November. The flu vaccine is not going to protect you against. So the estimates are that it will only be half as effective as they were projecting.
Well, okay, while I'm joking around here, let's go ahead and also be serious for a moment to point out that there are people out there who should get the shot, who are more susceptible to the flu. We're dealing with probably, what, children, the elderly, people with pre-existing conditions?
That's right. About 30-some thousand Americans every year die from flu complications, typically seniors and children and those with respiratory conditions. So while the flu shot this year is not as effective as it is in past years, it still can offer some protection. And it's also a really good idea to do some things to boost your immunity. And you know what those things are. Eat a healthy diet. Make sure you get your exercise. All the other things that you and I in TV don't have time to do. Get enough sleep every night. Manage your stress levels. It's particularly important to do that this year. The reason this is happening, I should just explain, is that every year the flu virus mutates, and so the CDC makes an educated guess on which strains they expect to be circulating, and they tell the vaccine manufacturers which flu vaccine to make so that it will protect against those viruses that they expect. This year they kind of guessed wrong, and the genetic makeup of the virus shifted from the time the flu vaccine was manufactured and the flu season hit us.
But it's still not going to hurt you if you get one.
That's right, and it still offers some protection. Absolutely.
Okay, good, okay. I still haven't decided if I'm going to get one.
That's your choice.
Well, you know, you're exactly right. I know that if I get sick in a couple of weeks, then I'll say you should have got the flu shot.
You'll get a call from me saying, hope you're feeling better,
I'll get a call from you going, told you so. Jonathan Gruber testified today in front of Congress. He finally got his time to come out there and basically say, I was wrong, I was foolish, I didn't mean what I said. This just once again talks about all of the transparency failures of the Obamacare Act, no matter how you slice it, whether you believe him or not, still comes down to that transparency
Right.
issue.
We got the big mea culpa from the MIT partial architect of Obamacare today, and he was grilled about what he said and what he knew and all of the plans that went into the strategies to push and pitch Obamacare. What I think is interesting, though, is not so much what he said about apologizing for calling Americans stupid, which was stupid, but he also said there's video of him saying that the reason that the law requires states to create their own exchanges before people can get a federal subsidy for buying their own insurance, he said that that was an incentive that was built into the law. Now, the Supreme Court is going to take this issue up, and they could decide that in the 36 states that did not move forward, people will lose their subsidies next year. And the argument from the administration has been, well, this was an oversight. We didn't really mean that. We meant everybody would get a subsidy, whether or not the feds ran the exchanges or the states. Gruber's video on this could be that kind of smoking gun that indicates to the Supreme Court when they take this issue up next year that in fact it was an intent and was designed by the authors of the law to drive this change in the states. And it could be, you know, as I've said, the stray thread that when you pull on it, unravels the entire garment here.
And I've only got a few seconds left, but the thing that always catches me is the people who are currently under the Affordable Health Care Act. Things will change next year. We still don't know where it's going. 2015 is going to be a year of basically Twilight Zone. I have no idea what's coming next for a lot of these people.
It will. You really are going to need to watch the news and become an informed consumer, or you will get hurt.
It is unfortunately a shame that they have been stuck in here, by the way. So I'm not contagious, then, at least, because I haven't gotten my flu shot. I'm okay to that point, right?
So far, so good.
Okay. Want to point out to everybody that if you want to, go ahead, check out out Newsmax.com. You'll read what Nick has got to say. Also, he continues to follow Obamacare for us here because we will be talking to you a lot in 2015.
Yes, indeed.
I'll see you at the gym.
Okay.
All right. She is a lady who keeps touch on keeping memories alive and ensuring that future generations understand the significance of one day, December 7th, because she was there as a child. That's coming up next, right here on MidPoint, where we question everything.